Good evening, everybody. This is the WWE review, guys, here with our Smackdown review for January 18th, 2008. I'll go ahead and start this thing off. First match of the evening was the Great Khali versus Finlay. Khali won this match with his patented death grip lock,
eagle
which is
claw,
basically his nifty way of trying to look like he can do something. I mean, honestly, folks, the whole time I was watching this match, any time he would do anything, he looked like he was about to fall over. He can't even stand up. He can't walk. And this whole thing, I'm sorry. And the look that Finlay had on his face, which is absolutely ridiculous. He was like, I don't buy it. Sorry. Maybe some of you do, but I don't. You can add to that.
I mean, we all know. Well, never mind. I don't want to ruin the illusion for you, but there are theatrics involved.
Of course.
But there you have it.
Way to elaborate, yes.
Well, I just thought I'd point out. I don't want to break anybody's heart. Yours.
There's no Khali fans out there, I promise you.
Okay. Well, never mind. Next match.
Okay.
Shannon Moore and Jimmy Wang Yang, the up-and-coming, the rising tag team stars, versus your favorites,
Deuce and Domino.
Chris I've heard him say before, best tag team since the Hardy Boys and better than. This is what Chris believes about Deuce and Domino.
I must have been drunk when I said that.
No. Chris doesn't like them, and they're gimmicky.
Well, this shows you right here what I think of this match. I don't even remember who won. Who won this match?
Jimmy Wang Yang and Shannon Moore.
Oh, okay. Yay for Wang and Shannon Moore.
I think it's good to... I think the Deuce and Domino, they're such a gimmicky tag team that it's kind of nice to have two people, that Shannon Moore and Jimmy Wang Yang, they kind of go together. I mean, when they come out now, they both have their little hats on and they both do the little two-step. But they're still independent personalities. They're not... They haven't been shoved together and they haven't been made up to be, just a big phony duo, which Deuce and Domino are. So that's why Deuce and Domino, great on my nerves. But then Jimmy Wang Yang, they mentioned, is the most underrated superstar in the WWE.
Yeah, according to WWE magazine.
You wouldn't agree with that?
I don't know. I don't know if I would or not.
Well, I think.
But I'm going to go ahead and disagree with everything he just said, folks. Jimmy Wang Yang and Shannon Moore do not make a good tag team. They don't.
Why not?
They meld together, but not like a tag team should. Deuce and Domino, as much as they hate them, they are a tag team. They were designed that way. So they fit each other. Jimmy Wang Yang and Shannon Moore, while they have similar styles in the ring, their personalities are completely contradictory to each other. So they don't really meld the way a tag team should. But then again, neither do John Morrison and The Miz. That's why you hate them as a pairing.
I hate them as a pairing for other reasons.
But yeah.
I think, to defend myself, may I rebut? May I come in?
Absolutely.
I think that's interesting. I think it's better if you have two distinct personalities as opposed to...
It can be, but there are situations where it doesn't work. In the tag team division, tag teams are meant to be tag teams. They're meant to be a group, a cohesive unit. And when you have two individual personalities
working cohesively...
But do they truly work cohesively?
Sure, why not?
The next match of the evening was Batista versus Mark Henry. We've seen them fight many times in the past. Batista won. Mark Henry looked decent in his match. I mean, he looked about as good as he usually does, which isn't that good. Batista did his little spine buster to Mark Henry to win.
Strong showing for Batista.
Yeah, Batista looked good. Gave us a really strong showing, pre-Rumble.
I'm kind of ready for Batista to get back into doing something more meaningful. It seems like it's been Mark Henry, Big Daddy V, Mark Henry, Big Daddy V.
I like it. I like seeing Batista stepping out of the limelight. He's been in it for so long. It's nice to see him, kind of take a step back and give somebody else a shot.
I think he's too good for this, though. I think
everyone's got to know when to take a step back, though. They got to know when to,
There's got to be another mid-Carter,
give someone else
that they can.
Everyone else is in a feud. I mean, at the moment, MVP, had a VIP live with Ric Flair. I mean, that would be a good feud, but he's busy right now. Matt Hardy's still gone. I mean, there's not much else they can do with him. As I said, the MVP Lounge, Ric Flair was MVP's guest. Rick looked drunk again.
You didn't have to say that.
Well, he did.
he did, but you don't say that. He's a respectable.
He's a
How does this?
He's
happen,
a respectable
really?
old man that's been arrested for drunken, disorderly conduct in the past.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. You would think he wouldn't be able to show up at the events like this. He must not have been.
Maybe they just don't care.
He might have been tired.
It may not be that he's drunk. It's a part of it may be his personality. Part of it may be age. But these are all signs that he does need to think about retiring soon.
True. He's been getting smacked around for decades, so then maybe that took a toll. Maybe he has moments.
The next match was Michelle McCool versus Layla. Not much to say about this match, other than both ladies look quite nice. Michelle looked very nice, and she had a cool finisher. It's the first time I'd ever seen this, where she picked Layla up and slammed her. I can't really explain it. You had to. I'm sure if you saw it, you thought it was cool too. But Michelle McCool got the win. Divas match. They started talking about that whole HD thing that I talked about on the episode the other day. Going and elaborating on the whole, the new HD concept, being able to see the divas better in HD. But we'll see how that works out.
I think it's going to work. I think it's working.
It may or may not. I don't have HD television, so I won't know anyway. But I'm kind of wondering. The final match of the evening was Rey Mysterio and CM Punk.
Strong showing from everybody,
versus
I would say.
Chavo Guerrero and Edge. This was a very good match. CM Punk and Rey Mysterio worked well as a tag team. They put on a good show. Chavo, if I had to complain about anybody, I'd complain about Chavo, because he just his style's a little too. His style didn't meld well with the styles of the other three competitors in this match. Edge looked good as usual. At the end of the match, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins come out.
Or is it Zack Hawkins, Kurt Ryder?
Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins.
Zack Ryder Hawkins, Kurt.
I finally gets it right. He's trying to confuse me. I was starting to wonder if we were going to see them tonight. It looks like Chavo may be a new member of this stable. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. I don't know if that's a good fit or not, especially with Guerrero. Technically, Guerrero was already in this stable with Vicky Guerrero, who kind of made me.
But she doesn't really wrestle.
Yeah, but she kind of made me sick again tonight. Hearing that whole making out thing with Edge is just making me vomit.
I thought she was about to announce she was pregnant.
Which would have really made me vomit.
All of this daddy stuff. I was just waiting for.
Are you ready to be a daddy yet?
We don't need to see that, folks. Really is unnecessary. One thing we forgot to mention was Undertaker coming out at the beginning of the show and getting on the mic and talking, which we very rarely see nowadays. Which is sad, because the Undertaker's a really good talker, but I guess I could see why he wouldn't really want to. I mean, it doesn't really fit his personality at the moment.
Yeah,
but he came out at the beginning of the show and basically told everybody to watch out because he was going to win the Rumble, even though I don't think he's going to. And that's about it. That was it for this show. It was not much to say about it. Not very exciting. Just your typical Smackdown show. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed this. I mean, granted, this is my opinion. And I don't know if you've noticed this based on all my Smackdown reviews. Smackdown's good, but it's not great. I mean, it's obviously better than ECW, but Smackdown is still not as good as it could be. But, granted, that's just my opinion. Others may disagree with me. I don't know what Scott thinks. Scott?
I think it's good.
Scott thinks it's good.
I think in the lineup that Raw is obviously the best. It's like the flagship. SmackDown would be the lesser, and then ECW. I think it's now in kind of a state of flux, but I think it's got a different feeling, a different feel altogether. It's just darker and quieter and later. But SmackDown is, I don't know, not quite up there with. But I thought tonight's show was fair. Yeah, after it was all over, I was kind of thinking, what really happened? Nothing really excited me. But like I said, I thought it was a good showing from Batista. Jimmy Wang Yang, I'm glad to see him. I'm glad he's back doing his big thing.
Okay.
And the gang at the last show.
All right. So there you have it, folks. That's our SmackDown review for January 18th, 2008. For those of you that don't know, Royal Rumble predictions are up. You can start posting your predictions anytime. We look forward to everyone's predictions. So there you have it, everybody. Peace.